I'd love to now introduce the second pitch for the night. We'll be hearing now from Pip Stocks, the founder at Hearsay, which is a market research tool that streamlines the research conversation process, making it really cost-effective for agencies and springboards the strategic thinking for the strategists. So I'm now going to throw over to Pip.
Thanks, Fran. I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to make my presentation a little bigger, full screen. Great. I think everyone can see that. Thank you. Great, thank you. So I'm Pip Stocks and I'm one of the co-founders of Hearsay. I'm going to tell you about how brands can supercharge their growth with their untapped qualitative data. 89% of businesses are failing to use their customer data effectively. This is really because over the last 10 years, there's been a huge reliance on big data. Big data, functional data, statistics about their customers, which really only tells half the story. The bit that's missing is the beautiful conversation data from having a conversation with your customer that gives you that rich nuance where you hear their words and you hear the language that they're using about your brand. When businesses do combine that big functional data with the qualitative data, that rich data, the proof is there that they're much more successful. The red line shows us that there's higher revenues, better profitability, and better launch of products and services. The problem is that it's a very messy process. So corporates and brands don't tend to gather their qualitative data themselves. As you can see here, there's lots of platforms being used, lots of touch points. It really should be as easy as defining your investigation problem, recruiting a customer, collaborating with the team, having a conversation and analysing that beautiful data. But it's not, and most of these brands go to research agencies and lose the control of that information. So we've built the solution, and the solution is Hearsay. We are an AI-based SaaS platform that helps businesses of all sizes bring that qualitative data back into the business. It is as easy as setting up a project, having a conversation online, building a discussion guide, making some notes, live tagging the insights you're hearing, and then getting a transcript back because it's so rich and full of insights. It's 85% cheaper than going out to an agency and 3 times faster to bring that insight inside the business. Our clients are loving lots of what we deliver to them in our platform. One of the things is the dashboard that provides a really easy way to organize multiple projects. The fact that corporate brands can actually talk to customers and feel what we call customer intimacy, and they're making much better decisions as a result. We're the team to deliver this because we've got over 50 years of market research practice. We've actually fallen out of another business called Brand Hook, which has worked with some of the biggest brands in Australia. And actually, we had clients come to us in that experience asking us to teach them to do what we do. And we've got Tony here, who's our CTO, who started in May, who's got loads of AI experience and already building wonderful things for us. And we're also Scalata Venture funded, who have put in 2 rounds of funding. We've got great traction, $200,000 so far. We launched 2 weeks before COVID lockdown with one method of conversation face-to-face. So we pivoted quite quickly to drop in video. Since July this year, we've had 30% growth month on month. And we ask our customers how they feel about us, and 86% of them said that they would be disappointed if they could no longer use the platform. Our clients are a mix of corporates and agencies, the big brands who are now starting to do some of this work inside, and the agencies who are still servicing those brands. Our business model is ultimately subscription. We need to build in some extra features, which is part of what we are raising money for at the moment. But at the moment, we're getting, our clients are paying per conversation or bulk buying for 35 conversations. There is a big global shift to companies doing this. So qualitative research has increased by 70% this year. And there's also a whole trend towards insourcing. It's very big in the States. And so people are now doing internal research. And it's $1 billion opportunity. As you can see here, the States is the biggest opportunity at the moment. We've just picked English-speaking countries for now, but other languages is on our roadmap. But the interesting thing is only 5% of this billion-dollar business is being delivered by technology at the moment. By the end of 2024, we want to be a $10 million business. We want to be in 3 markets. 65% of our sales will come from partnerships. And we're already talking to some of the big quant SaaS platforms who have qualitative on their radar. And the research and comms groups who have a multitude of agencies that need this product as well. We do own a unique space. The idea of integrating this all together and having that dynamic conversation and analysis in all-in-one tool is actually quite unique. And we are, as I said, we're raising $1 million. We're rolling out a product development plan that includes a lot of theming, using a lot of machine learning, a lot of AI, lots of ideas around Ask Hearsay, so we can give people extra insights, tapping into that quantitative data to sort of make things more rich. And providing...
Pip, thank you so much for your time. Time is up now.
Thank
you so much. That was fantastic, Pip. Well done. I'm going to throw it to the judges for some Q&A.
I'll go with a question. So just to clarify, this is a tool used by in-house teams. So it's person driven, but they're capturing a live conversation, tagging and recording as they're going, right? So yeah. you as part of the service, you're the technology, right? There's no people element to actually doing. Okay.
No, they're having their own conversations with their own customers.
Okay, thanks.
Pip, good to see you again. Yeah, great to see you, Pip. So Pip, for everyone else, has been just very strong reputation in the brand industry for many years. My question is around privacy and recording conversations and tagging information that customers say. How do you handle that?
There's a big movement in Europe around security and data as well. So we're GDPR compliant. All our servers are AWS in Sydney. We follow the rules of the Research Society as well, and we're members of ADIA. So there are certain things that we have to do as researchers, and we've really incorporated all of that IP in the platform. After we build in some of the new summary features and theming, continuing to build out a lot of the security is going to be really important moving forward, and tapping into different legislation in each country around the world is going to be a really big feature.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And very quickly, it's a very competitive space. If you could just, in a nutshell, really as brief as possible, what is actually your core differentiator? What is your secret sauce? How do you describe that?
I think being built by researchers rather than technologists. We have scattered all these things that you can do in our platform that you can't do in others. And, because we do this for a living, we've built it almost for ourselves. So we know that it actually provides and helps us get to that really powerful insight really quickly. Like things like live tagging, like you can post tag, but you've lost that intuitive moment, actually. So a lot of those kind of techniques that we're using make a big difference.
Awesome. Thanks, Pip.
Thanks, Kat.
Hi, Pip. That was great. I love your technology. Quick question. You said by 2024, you want to be a $10 million company in 3 major markets. How are you planning to do that? I know you showed a slide on partnerships being 8.6 million. So that's a pretty big chunk. Like, what's the strategy there? What's the go-to-market? What's the whole strategy to get that together?
Part of the raise will be to hire a partnership salesperson, and that, to get to that number, we've calculated we need 10 partnerships by the end of 2024. Those partnerships are a mix of the big comms and research groups that have a multitude of agencies already that are doing this work. So that's one big group. But the other group is also the big SaaS quantitative platforms that are, they're already being funded over in Europe. I think one of them's just got 60 million American dollars to build out their platform, and they're already sitting. Those platforms are already sitting at about $6 to $10 million already. So we looked at those, and we looked at how many of those we would need to get to that 65%.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if we've got time for one more, but I'll jump in quickly, and if I need to be cut off, so be it. Pip, congratulations. That's such a compelling presentation. Tell me this. I'm interested to understand how time consuming it is to be done in-house in a corporate. Obviously, sometimes it's just simpler and easier to pay whatever it costs to push it out to an agency. How does that piece work? Is it hugely time consuming for the operator, as it were?
It is a bit of a trade-off, but what we're finding our clients doing is that they're actually bringing teams together. So CUB is a client of ours. They've had 25 brand managers all in the platform having 2 conversations each. And when you think about that, that's 1 hour.
Pip, I'm going to have to pause you there. Thank you so much for your very impressive pitch, and thank you for creating this wonderful technology that's much needed in the world. So big round of applause, everyone, to Pip, and thank you, judges, for your questions.